Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be taking you back a couple of years because that is crazy how long it's been since we painted this kitchen, but I'm so excited to show you guys. So this is where we started. If you go back a couple videos, you can see where we redid our backsplash and we tiled it. So our next phase is painting the cabinets, and I know this can be a very controversial thing, but we've now lived with it for 2 years and we're very happy with it. So I'm very excited to show you guys the process that we used. Alright, so jumping right in, you can see my husband going through with a deglosser, also called liquid sandpaper, and we are doing that method. I researched on the adhesion and stuff and I found nothing wrong with it. It all had really good reviews. So he is going through and doing that because, as you'll see in this video, I was pregnant with Liam at the time, so I was taking all the precautions that I needed to, and then I am following him with the bin primer. I'm going to link everything in the description so you can literally go through, see all the products that we used, and I'll have links for all of those. So we're just going through and using the liquid sandpaper and then using the primer. We're just following the instructions on the back of the can, and that is all. So to save my sanity a little bit, we did actually do this in stages, which I personally enjoyed. I know some people just want to do one and done. I was pregnant at the time, so I had highs and lows. I had days where I wanted to do all the projects and days where I wanted to do all of the laying on the couch. So this worked for us. So once we got things painted, we went in stages, we reassembled as we needed. I'm actually putting back on the old hardware. We ended up changing our hardware out, but it hadn't showed up from Amazon yet. And again, we needed our kitchen to function. So I went ahead and just put the old hardware back on temporarily, and then you will see me switch it out later in the video once it actually arrives. But if you're looking to do a kitchen repaint, I highly suggest just looking at doing it in chunks instead of as a whole. It was a lot less overwhelming. We did little areas and then we did some larger areas when we had more time. So now you'll see us go do the fridge surround, and then we went up the other uppers on the other side next. So we just kind of moved our way around and did what we could when we had the time. The really nice thing was the inside of our cabinet boxes were already white, so we didn't have to paint them, which obviously saved us a huge headache of having to pull everything out of our cupboards. We just had to kind of move the things that were at the front in the way, and everything else got to stay. All right, so now I had to make a decision. If you can see on the right hand side in the uppers, that's where our microwave was, and we had this cupboard above, and I knew I didn't want to keep the cupboard. So what we ended up doing is when we took all of the doors off, we actually left the 2 doors in the top right uppers off, so it kind of gives more of an open shelf vibe now. I would love to down the line completely remove that cabinet and just put in open shelving, but that is for a later date. So we for now just have kind of the look of it without having to do too much extra work. So we got to work on this space and we just went through, same thing. I tape everything off and then we just go through with the liquid sandpaper first, followed by the primer. I'm doing 2 coats of melamine paint. Again, I'll link everything down below so you guys can see exactly what we used. But we went through with the melamine paint after with 2 full coats, and honestly everything looks really good, really covered, really clean. So for this last area we did our uppers, and then I actually turned around and just did the front of our island. We had done the back when we paneled it a few years ago, and so it was quite quick to do the boxes around on the island. The other reason that it was really nice to do this in stages was in the garage where we had set up all of the doors and everything to paint. It didn't take up completely the entire garage. It was a lot easier to work with because we were doing it in sections. So instead of having like 25 doors to do, we had a lot less. So we're just going in with the melamine paint now. Like I said before, we did 2 coats of it, and 2 years later, I can tell you it looks great. It wipes down great. It's been very durable. We obviously have some small chips and wear here and there, but that's expected with paint. But overall, I would say probably 95% of our cabinets look exactly the same as the day one paint. Our doors and a couple of drawers that get a lot of use have a little bit more wear to show, but everything else looks really good. So 10 times over, I am very happy with this decision, and I would definitely do it again. This frog tape is definitely worth the money. I will obviously link this below as well, but is my favorite tape by far for taping off any project with paint involved. So it definitely is worth it. And it's just so satisfying to pull the tape at the end of a project. I hope you all can agree. And now it was time to put the rest of the kitchen back together. The other part of this project I was really happy with was the new hardware from Amazon. It has held up really good. We have no scratches, no marks in it. It's actually been great, especially for the price we paid. If we had gone with a name brand, it definitely would have cost us at least 2, if not 3 times the price we paid. So I will see if I can link these exact handles, and if not, I will try to link something as similar to them as we can. I do really enjoy them, and I think it just looks so good and so clean with the white cabinets, and I can't wait to show you guys the full reveal. Thank you all for tuning into today's video. I promise to be back on here more often. I'm excited to be back on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about the kitchen, follow-up videos, anything like that, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys all have a great day.